Welcome to the Live Wealthy podcast with Dawn, where we are growing our wealth and our worth at the same time. You ready? Let's go. Welcome to the Live Wealthy podcast. My name is Dawn, and I'm a certified financial planner, as well as the country's first behavioral financial advisor. And I also own a company called Releve Financial Group, which is an investment management and wealth advisory firm. I've been in the business for just shy of 25 years, and my goal in life is to teach people how to live wealthy. And I'm inspiring a new perspective on building wealth. So today on the episode, I'm talking about more money. I have never met another human being on this planet that didn't want more money in their life. And now, if you've listened to previous podcasts, if you've heard me on speaking from stage during one of my keynote presentations, if you purchased my Live Wealthy book, or just have seen short videos of me on social media, you know that I preach over and over and over again that if you want more money in your life, you need to live your life guided through a financial plan. So I want you to hear me out on this, is that the key to significantly increasing your wealth lies in making informed and strategic financial decisions through a financial plan. Let me say that one more time. The key to gaining more wealth, more income, having more money lies in making informed and strategic financial decisions monitored or guided through a financial plan. Because if you look at every single human being on this earth, is that we all have a goal to want to live our life with time freedom. We want to be in charge or in control of our time, and we need to have money to be able to make those choices for ourselves. I believe we all want and deserve what I would call power or spending power, spending of time and money. We all want power, to be in a position of power. And I just want to say this isn't about having power over somebody else. This is about having power over yourself and how you choose to live your life. That is what brings us security and financial freedom. And when we also are able to properly manage our money and properly manage our mind, then we are able to arrive at having and being enough. Okay, it's about properly managing our money and our mind so we can arrive at having and being enough. Because money alone doesn't bring us happiness. So just striving for more money and more money and more money, that alone doesn't bring us happiness. But what more money does, it does a lot of things. It removes stress in our lives. It solves problems. It solves conflicts and challenges and removes our headaches that we have on a daily basis with all of the things that come to us on a regular basis it's a struggle for us, right? And so money can solve a lot of those struggles. It also gives us opportunities to do really good work. It gives us really kick-ass experiences. And I believe having more money is not necessarily a luxury for life and, being able to live an elevated life. Having more money is our birthright. So with that said, I want to explain really how we can collectively, how I can, as a wealth advisor, teach you how to make better, informed, and strategic financial decisions. And in order to do this, you need to understand a couple of things. First and foremost, you need to understand, which most advisors never talk about, is you have to understand your past and your trauma or your so-called perceived trauma of your past. Because if you don't understand and take a look at your past, and if you have any money issues, it's going to show up in your spending. So we first and foremost need to understand our past. But what we really need to understand through a financial plan is understanding taxes. There are so many tax traps out there. And I believe that most of us have more of a tax problem, overspending on our taxes than a spending problem on other things or an income problem. Now, some of us have all of those issues, right? So if I look at a financial plan and how to make informed and strategic financial decisions, it usually comes down to, where are your current issues? Is it around income? Is your issues around your spending from your emotional past behaviors and your behaviors that are impacting your spending today? Or is it just that you're overspending on taxes? And I personally believe, through working with so many clients, that we have a huge tax problem. We overpay our tax bill. And unfortunately, the IRS creates these tax traps that we're not even aware of. So we need to make really good, informed decisions through a financial plan, looking at it from the lens, first and foremost, of our taxes. Okay. You may have past issues with trauma that you also need to deal with, but from a technical perspective, a financial plan, when I'm giving advice through the lens of a financial plan, I'm always first and foremost looking at taxes. And your taxes impact all 6 key areas of financial planning. So I want to take a quick moment and I want to explain to you what goes into a financial plan. Again, I come from it from a lens of taxes, but what goes into a financial plan? There's 6 key areas. The first area is cash flow, like understanding the alignment between your income and your spending and saving. Okay. So understanding your cash flow. The next area of financial planning is understanding what type of protection planning you need, what type of insurance. We all need insurance in our life, but so many times we purchase the wrong type of insurance because we've been taken advantage of through a insurance salesperson. Okay. But we still need insurance. So it's looking at what type of protection you need. The next step, the third area in financial planning, is really looking at all your goals. Like, what are your goals? Retirement is one of them, but we all have different goals. We have wanting to go on vacation, starting a new business, maybe buying a car, looking at a different house. It doesn't matter, but we all have these financial goals in our lives, and we want to make sure that we're not over or underspending towards our financial goals, which our goals are the key things that we really want out of our experience on this planet. That's the third area, goal planning. The fourth area is investment management. Like, how are you investing your money? You don't just start investing your money. You have to have an investment plan. You need to understand risk. You need to understand your time horizon. You need to understand how to minimize your fees inside of your investments so they are going to grow more efficiently and effectively for your goals. The fifth area in a financial plan is the actual tax planning. It's being strategic, not just with your income tax, but also your investment tax. And what you're going to learn in a little bit is how the income and the investment tax go hand in hand. And most of us just focus on how to reduce income tax, but not realizing that our investment tax significantly impacts us being able to get more out of our income. And then the final area of a comprehensive financial plan is estate planning. Like, who are the beneficiaries to your estate and all of your assets? And what type of legacy do you want to leave your children? Or what type of legacy you want to leave to any heirs you have in your life? Because you are going to leave a legacy, and that needs to be planned out as well. So those are the 6 key areas of financial planning: cash flow management, protection planning, investment planning, goal planning, tax planning, and estate planning. So when you have all of that underneath the umbrella of a comprehensive financial plan, we first and foremost look at how taxes impact all of those 6 key areas. Because I'm telling you, the goal is to minimize your taxes through a financial plan, looking at it from a perspective of how to minimize taxes today and how are you going to minimize your taxes for tomorrow. It's about both of those, today and tomorrow. So through a financial plan, when we're looking at it, how do we minimize our taxes? We have to understand we minimize our taxes from an income and investment perspective. So I want to take a few minutes and review how that works and the things that you should be looking for to reduce your biggest expenditure, your taxes, and how do you reduce that from an income and investment perspective. So from an income perspective, the first thing you need to understand is that how is your income being paid? How are you receiving your income? Are you receiving that income through a W-2 or a 1099? W-2 employees, when you receive income that way, is that you're receiving income that has already been taxed and you are only paying half of Social Security and Medicare tax. When you receive your check, you only pay half of Social Security and Medicare, and you've already been taxed. You receive the net income. As a W-2 employee or person receiving income that way, you need to understand, how do you minimize your taxes from an income perspective? And most of the time, it happens through fully understanding your benefits through your employer and how do you maximize the tax breaks that the employer are giving you. It's through benefit enrollment, okay? And making sure that you're taking full advantage of all of those benefits. That's the best way you can reduce taxes from if you receive income as a W-2. Now, if you're a 1099 employee or you receive your income via a 1099, not a W-2, then you need to look at, wow, okay, how do you really maximize that income by reducing your taxes? Because as a 1099 income earner, guess what? You have to pay both sides of Social Security and Medicare tax, okay? You have to pay full Social Security and Medicare taxes. And then you also have to be responsible for paying your taxes on a quarterly basis. But with 1099 income, there's significant opportunities for you to reduce your taxes. Most 1099 income earners miss over tens of thousands of dollars in tax deductions. So you're going to want to make sure that you're looking at everything that you can do to minimize your taxes from a write-off perspective. Okay? So that's looking at how do we minimize taxes from an income perspective. Now, also from an income perspective, we also have to look at saving, because when you take advantage of those workplace benefits, whether you're a W-2 or a 1099 employee, you have to look at like how much money, what percentage of your income are you saving for your future, and where are you saving that money? And where you're saving your money can significantly impact your taxes from a positive perspective, where you're going to either minimize taxes today or you're going to minimize taxes tomorrow. Understanding where you're saving can minimize those taxes, and then understanding how much you should be saving. And my whole thing is, every time I give clients advice, I tell them that their biggest waste of money is not putting money into a retirement plan and having their money work for them. Okay, that is your biggest waste. Besides overpaying your taxes, your biggest waste when we're talking about saving is not saving for your future. It's like you're throwing money out the door because now your money's not working hard for you. And the second biggest waste then is over saving for your goals or your retirement. That is the second biggest waste, because if you oversave, then that means that you don't have enough income to provide for yourself today to be able to live free today. That is the goal of living wealthy, is having enough so you can spend guilt-free today and have for tomorrow and have money for tomorrow. That's what gives us spending and life power and control, which we all want. And most of us only look at this income, how to reduce our taxes from an income perspective. We also need to understand that as an investor, you have investments, and how your investments are taxed can also impact your income tax. And there are, again, as an investor, there are only 3 accounts you can invest your money in: a taxable account, a tax-deferred account, and a tax-free account. And where you invest your money, where you save your money in the taxable, tax-deferred, or tax-free account matters. It significantly matters in terms of you having more income available to you to spend. Now, I want to give you an example of how this worked. I had a client come to me years ago that I wish they would have come to me years prior, but they didn't. But this is the situation that this client was in. They were retired, and they were in the 22% tax bracket. And they were living, the income that they had coming into their household, because they were retired, the income was coming in from an IRA. They had income coming in from a taxable or a non-IRA account. And they also had income coming in from Social Security. And they were in the 22% tax bracket. And what happened is that without making informed and strategic financial decisions, they went ahead and took out just $1,000 out of their IRA for, I believe they were going to a concert. They were taking a little trip, and they just were like, I'm just going to take out $1,000. It's not that significant. Well, they took out the $1,000 thinking that they would only owe taxes at 22% on that IRA withdrawal. But guess what? They actually owed over 40% on that withdrawal. And not just 40% on that withdrawal, but what happened is their Social Security tax then went up, and they created this huge tax trap for themselves because they weren't informed on their taxes. They thought they were making this simple decision of just this $1,000 withdrawal, which created a 40% extra in taxes because their Social Security was taxed higher, and then their capital gain rate from pulling money from a non-IRA position was taxed higher. Your investment taxes impact your income taxes, and they need to talk to each other. Many times clients or people don't fully understand how your investments and your income from a taxation perspective talk to each other. And if you just, get some help and have some strategy and make a little bit better informed decision, you're not going to be stuck in this tax trap. And the IRS, the government, creates these traps for us because they need our tax dollars, but it's not fair to us. Financial planning, when you operate your life with a financial plan, whether these decisions you're making are small or large, these decisions all matter, and they are all complex decisions, whether you think it's not a big deal or not. It's about, you want more money in your life, which I want you to have more money. And having more money when you know you're enough and you know you have enough, but still wanting that growth and more, there's nothing wrong with that. But we have to be strategically smart with the decisions we're making around all of our money. Now, if you're one that wants more money in your life and you are looking for guidance, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and click on our financial assessment link, where it's going to ask you a few questions regarding your financial situation. And then I can be the one to guide you into what is the best financial path for you so you can earn more money, have more life, and minimize your taxes.